This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
What's up, Cuzzy Wuzzies? You're listening to the Bay Ridge Boys, History Hyenas. Bad.
Let me be crystal clear with the people who are on the other side of this sound that's coming into your face. The Hyenas are here with a fucking wild episode today. Chris got punched in the kidneys earlier.
By Sergio Chacon, who will probably be our guest next week if I don't have him arrested, because make no mistake, I am a white man at the top of society and I will not be hit by minorities.
Sergio Chacon, very funny comedian, supposed to be our guest today.
Yeah.
But he fucking pulled out. But guess what we got coming in for our guest interview episode that will be on Patreon for 4 weeks?
Joe Herpes List.
The truth.
The truth. Yeah, Sergio Chacon had to cancel because he had to pick up his daughter, which is the most Puerto Rican excuse ever.
When we have Joe List.
By the way, let me just quickly, obviously, Zach, you missed about 3 Wei Shang-Chians. Just give me 3 in a row, please.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Zach is... Yeah, and one more.
One more. I've said so many wild things, and I just want to be crystal clear. The reason why I did that, and then I didn't finish, the thing that I said about top society minorities, I did that as a joke because today's episode is about a very controversial figure. His name is Frank Rizzo. He's the old mayor of Philly, and he sounds a lot like that, so I did it as an homage to him, but forgot to mention that, so just give me a Wei Shang-Chian, and I'm sorry.
Wei Shang-Chian.
Yeah, that's the first Wei Shang-Jing that had the proper audio. So
yeah.
Zach's just getting settled in.
Zach, can we talk about, just very quickly...
Zach is he's from the Caliphate.
Yes.
So he lives like a century behind.
Zach, can we talk about, or can we do a segment when we do the live podcast, Zach the Spelling Bee, is Zach Ice's Spelling Bee?
We're going to do a Zach Ice's Spelling Bee because we were talking this weekend and I was reading his spelling on the Patreon. He's
fully retarded.
He's fully legally retarded.
Let's just be honest. He's legally retarded, and it's just what it is.
I don't think there is one post on the Patreon that is not misspelled.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just doesn't know how to spell because English might be his 3rd or 4th language. I mean, it's so wild, his spelling.
Because I think that's why he put I think he got the alphabet on his fingers.
Yeah, just so he remembers.
He could try to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G and just look at them and then pick when he's looking and he's typing, he could try to figure out.
Because, let me be honest.
He's like you need to tattoo all the words of the English language on your body.
Yeah.
So when you try to spell them, you can just look at your butt or your rib and find the word and see the proper spelling.
Let me be crystal clear with you about something. I've known you for now 9 years, been very close to you for the last 3 to 4.
Has it been 9?
It's been about 9.
I met a young Chrissy D who offered to hold my equipment.
Yeah, that's how I tried to get in with you.
That was a young, ambitious Chrissy D.
I send you a message like, yo, I love your work. I love Ditch Films. I love all the sketches you do. If you need a guy to hold your equipment, I'll be that guy.
Yeah.
Did we ever? I think we read that message on the podcast
we
once,
did.
the original one.
We did, but you make no mistake, you don't remember because you are certainly Chrissy Blackouts.
Yeah.
And I just want to remind the people.
I'm Chrissy Blackouts, Chrissy Black and White Cookies.
And you're Chrissy 2 beers in.
Yeah, I'm Chrissy 2 beers in.
Because I really, really thought about it today. The decisions you make in your life are the decisions a kid makes when he's hammered.
When he's just, well, 2 beers in, buzz, not hammered, like buzz.
You're 2 beers in, no lunch.
No
Chrissy.
lunch.
Yeah.
I'm 2 beers in, no lunch on a Claritin D.
Yeah, you're empty stomach, 2 beers, Chrissy.
On antihistamine, so I'm a little loopy.
That's what it is. And whenever you don't respond to my text, when you respond to my text a minute after I text,
yeah,
When there's a delayed response from you, I knew you were the fucking toot.
Either now
or picking up the baby.
Well, now because I'm Chrissy normal blood pressure, I'm Chrissy within the lines. I'm Chrissy Salmon's Chrissy omega 3s. If I don't pick up the phone, it's either because I'm with a toot, which is most likely.
Yeah.
But the second most likely is because I could just be throwing hands with Sergio. I could be boxing or going for a jog.
Because you make appointments with toots like you're a toot.
Yeah.
Like toots have appointments with Johns.
Yeah.
The way you have appointments with toots.
I have a schedule of toots.
You fit in toots in 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes 7-minute intervals.
Yeah, every toot that comes into my life knows. Some of them are listening. Hello, ladies. Maybe one guy, Houston. It's just a time crunch.
Yeah.
I like a nice time crunch toot sesh.
Because make no mistake, you got boxing to get to, and you always have to pick up the baby.
I'm Chrissy, pick up the baby.
Do you get a lot of calls from Lizzie? Listen, Chrissy, what happened was, I was walking, my flip-flop had broken, so you need to pick up the baby.
Pick up the baby. And then, this weekend, actually, we had Lynn and Eileen watch the baby.
Yeah.
And,
Do you think the Delilah just gravitates towards Eileen because she had a Puerto Rican family?
Yeah, that's why Aunt Eileen's always sitting, Delilah is always sitting in Aunt Eileen's lap because she smells the Puerto Rican on her. So Delilah's half Puerto Rican, so she's just going to her own.
Yeah.
Where my mom is too white.
Yeah.
My mom is full white. You can't be any whiter than my mother.
I mean, she's German.
She's a German.
She's a German kid from Ridgewood.
With red hair, and she's Irish kid.
Yeah, your mom just tries to control the rage about welfare on the train for 40 years of working with Catholicism.
Yeah.
And that's just how she simmered herself down.
It just doesn't work.
Because she would blow up in her own brain when she would look around the subway car, and then she would say the Lord's Prayer, and it would all come back down to nice and calm.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Because I wanted to say before, for as long as I've known you, since you've been married, Yanni Husbands is the best looking version of you. Yeah. Yanni Husbands is just a cute fucking guy.
Do you think my hair just grew back in like a chia pet?
Ever since you got married, I think Jesus said because you finally committed to his sacrament that he gave you some hair back.
Well, he just likes the fact that I'm leaning straight, which is what the Lord wants, because being gay's a sin.
Yeah, because he thought, make no mistake, for the first 43 years of your life, Jesus was looking down and he had that button going down. He had that elevator button going down.
Yeah.
But now since you married a woman, at least temporarily, you're going back up. You may get into heaven. Still most likely not, but you may, because you got a mean streak.
他就是他的本质。
Because let's be honest, my sexuality is kind of like my politics.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle, but I lean one way. I lean straight.
You lean straight.
I lean straight, but I'm in the middle and I lean straight. Just like I'm a moderate and I lean left.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't be convinced to push it to the limit in Thailand.
Because I pushed it to the limit.
You push it to the limit. Go watch that Brody Stevens clip. I think it's on Nikki Glazer's Instagram, Pushing It to the Limit with Brody Stevens. It's a 10 out of 10 hilarious thing. He's talking about ladyboys.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And let's be honest, there's a lot of people with the internet who, with their clicks, have pushed it to the limit.
They've pushed it to the limit.
Mike Mush is the guy who's sitting with us. Welcome, Mike Mush, again, who, if you look through his internet history, he's pushed it to the limit.
I told you to stop calling him Mush. Just call him Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
Look.
Well, Mike works. Does you work for the show now, or is Mike, are you on?
I help out, yes.
Yeah, all right, Mike's employed.
Listen, because we needed to get one Mexican from a border city here just so we can understand how these White Walkers live. Well, can I get a Wei Shang-Chi?
Wei Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
White Walkers.
That's a 10 out of 10 because they live beyond the wall.
Yeah.
That's one of the funniest jokes on his head. He said South Americans live beyond the wall. And let's be honest, we had to add a Mexican because last weekend we lost a Jew. Bye-bye, Jim
Wei
Serpico.
It's just what it is.
ISIS has good timing, cuz.
Yeah. I mean, he's out of here, so we added a Mexican.
He had a crystal clear English. It's just what it is on that one.
Yeah, and make no mistake, if you don't think for a fucking second that Yanni wasn't screwed in with that decision, didn't have full yarmulke on, Yanni waited till after his wedding so he'd get a nice, fat, fucking plump wedding gift check, and then he fired him, because make no mistake, Yanni the rabbi is a Jew.
Make no mistake, when you exist in a capitalist system, when you start moving up, there's gonna be some layoffs.
Yeah, there's just gonna be some layoffs, and unfortunately, somebody had to go. And but now we're back. Now we've added a Mexican, and I'm just happy to be, because I am like by far the whitest member of this team. I mean, I got a couple of swarthies. I'm surrounded by swarthies in here.
微上吸引
The best part about this
I
episode,
feel like I'm living in a sandbox.
微上吸引
the best part about this episode is that when I was learning about Frank fucking Rizzo,
Frank Rizzo is going to be the epic episode, so I promise you it's going to be great.
because Frank Rizzo is so controversial and wild a fucking kid.
Yeah.
This episode, we're going to basically give you a little synopsis of who Frank Rizzo was.
Yeah.
And then we're going to let Frank Rizzo talk, because whatever he says is going to be funnier than what we say about him.
He's, Giannis, you said because he's 6'2", 240-pound kid that says whatever he wants. He's a little bit, I'm like him. I'm a little Frank Rizzo.
You're like a fucking version of Frank Rizzo.
I'm a French and Beans version of Frank Rizzo.
Because, yeah, he was 6'2", 240, which is what you used to be. But because Omega-3 Christie's down to 333?
No, I'm down to 230, and the blood pressure is off the street. Now, see, because I could sit down for a while and just get the blood pressure down. Anybody can. But like walking off the street, how you're at 110/70, you have perfect blood pressure because you have superior Greek genes. My blood pressure would be 140/90, 148/98. I mean, it would just be through the roof.
Yeah.
But now I walked into a CVS and I was getting, I had to get my daughter a new sippy cup, and I sat down. She was asleep in
And
the cell.
also, don't forget to go to Pathmark to pick her Pampers to put me to watch, and also a TV guy.
Yeah, I need a TV.
Yeah.
And it was 129/78, which isn't perfect, but
Christy,
it's way
if you're going
down.
to be at CVS, can you pick me up some pork rinds?
Yeah.
Because Puerto Ricans like pork rinds.
Because Puerto Ricans like pork rinds, and make no
and
mistake,
coconut cookie.
my baby's mama's mama is fucking pissed off at A-Rod right now because Jose Canseco called him out for cheating.
Yeah, well, everyone knew that was. I mean, he's A-Rod. It's
He's A-Rod.
what he does.
J-Lo definitely knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
So
knows.
here's the thing about you.
Okay.
Here's the thing about you.
Which, by the way, real quick, I just want to say, if you want to hear more fucking wildness about us, because if you think this is wild, and if you're listening to this for free, you're unfortunately a toot, you're a prostitute, go to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys, cleanse yourself in light of St. Patrick's Day and the Irish Catholic holiday, and go to, and become a non-toot, patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. Okay, go.
Okay, I got two things. First, I want to ask quick, does Lynn get excited for St. Patty's Day? Does she throw a couple four-leaf clothes around the house?
She fully closed around the house, and she asked if Delilah could come over because they're going to do, my mom's going to cook corned beef and cabbage.
Wow, Delilah's going to love that.
Yeah, Delilah's going to love that, but unfortunately, we can't go because I'm this close to getting 12 noon, high noon Knicks-Lakers tickets and for the Hyenas on St. Patrick's Day. I'm very close because the Knicks suck, and if there's a chance to get LeBron and fucking have that swinging dick come past my face, I'd like to fucking open my mouth and take a lick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is after I said if we could try to tone it down a little bit so we don't get too much of a niche market, but Chrissy cannot be controlled.
I cannot be controlled, and then you told me to tone it down, and then you picked the most controversial figure of all time, Frank Rizzo, and you got me nice and warmed up.
Because we're hyenas.
Yeah.
So what was I going to fucking say?
You said the first one was, is Lynn going to have, hold on.
But then I was going someplace else, and now it's completely forgotten. I've completely fucking forgotten it.
That was a vintage.
Yeah.
That was just, I know we don't want to do that anymore. We
Chrissy
want to
well
fart
farts.
We don't want to fart into the mic anymore, but I knew a well one was bubbling up. So there you go. Patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys for more farts.
Because what happens is people hear you on other big podcasts and they go, oh, I'm going to check out his podcast, The History Hyenas.
Yeah.
And then they come and then you fart into the microphone and they say, I liked him a lot better on the podcast where he doesn't fart into the microphone.
Yeah.
And what the fuck was I going to say, goddammit?
'Cause
I knew the fucking four-leaf clover lived.
Make no mistake, this is early onset
I know.
Alzheimer's. This is Yanni Sundowns. When we say Yanni Sundowns, it's because sundowning is something that Alzheimer's patients go to. So when Yanni Sundowns pops out, he just can't remember anything and he starts to get violent.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's episode is about Frank Rizzo, who is the former police commissioner and former mayor of Philadelphia, because he wanted to go home.
You want to get him, and you were just in Philly, and there was a lot of Hyena fans there, so let's thank them.
Yeah, thank you to all the Hyena fans that came out. Philly, thank you to all the Hyena fans that came out to see Chris.
DC Draft House, there were fucking Hyena fans all up and down the East Coast this weekend.
Yeah,
so we appreciate that.
Here's the most important part of being a Hyena fan is making...
Have sex with Chris.
Well, that's a given. That's one. If we're going to do a bullet point presentation,
Yeah.
that's one, and this is 1A.
Yeah.
1A
Send your genitals to Chris's Instagram.
that would be 1B.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 in the bullet points would be create more Hyena fans. What does that mean? That means tell a friend, okay?
Yeah.
You could even warn them, say, hey, look, Chrissy Cackles is a little wild. The Hyenas, Yanni P's a little wild. But what we love the podcast. We think it's fun, and you would like it.
Yeah.
You need to promote for us. Basically, It's like Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You need to bite people with the Hyena podcast.
We want you out walking in the street with your pseudo penis fully erect, ready to inseminate.
That's
what
we
want. We need you fully erect pseudo penis at all times when you're hitting those streets.
Right.
Move the vegetables, get the pseudo penises in the air, and spray it on these other people.
Fucking move.
Spray it on these toots.
Move a couple veggies and tell someone about the Hyena podcast.
Because make no mistake, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you saw a fucking couple of vegetables in the fridge, and you were ready to move them in broad daylight.
Because
you're depressed.
Because I've been having about a beer at night because I'm a married man, and a married man just cracks a beer at night.
A married man like cracks his wife open and then cleans out a brew.
Because my wife got cracked and cleaned yesterday.
It's what it is. Because make no mistake, if you don't fucking think that Yanni P is trying to procreate right now, you got another thing coming.
Because my wife got cleaned out.
Oh, she can hear this. This is a free episode. I'm sorry.
Here's what it is.
Yeah.
After you're married, I almost feel like cracking open and cleaning out your wife is what Jesus wants.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now there's no sin anymore.
Yeah, it's no sin. It's almost like he's
it's a sin if you use a condom and pull out. Actually, you're doing if you don't try to every time you have sex with her now try to get her pregnant. It's a sin.
Yeah.
You have to have sex to procreate.
Yeah.
You're married.
But what you're doing, I mean. Because you've got left back in the court of Jesus and failed so many tests. Is it possible for you to even graduate and go to heaven at this point?
I think the only thing that's saving me right now is the tattoos.
I think you just got to change religions because if you're a Muzzy, I think what you're doing is actually allowed.
Yeah, because
you're allowed to have like 20. Muzzies are wild.
Yeah.
I mean, you're allowed to have like 20 wives. I think you're allowed. You can marry your sister or brother, whatever it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter with those bloodthirsty Sandys.
微上吸引
Because I was just joking.
Just joking.
Obviously, may have to calculate that out. I was just kidding. Wei Shun-Chien.
Here's the thing. Frank Rizzo.
He would have said something like that, Frank Rizzo.
Yeah.
Not me. Chrissy D's for all races, religions, genders.
But Frank Rizzo was a kid like you. Okay.
You think so? But he's a kid. But it's just, I grew up in Queensbrook and he grew up in Philly.
And he also slept in his own bed. That's the difference between you and him.
Yeah.
Frank Rizzo was a tough kid who could sleep alone and didn't scatter out of his room and hop in under his mom's sheets when he heard a noise because he thought it was a ghost.
Yeah.
Because I could just picture you as a 14-year-old fucking lollipop-looking big-headed kid.
Yeah.
Who hears a little gust of wind come through because the air conditioner's room got pushed out by his friends.
Yeah.
So the wind's flying through the window because it used to be an air conditioner there and now there's just a space.
Yeah, because
and you hear wind, and then I see you just hopping out of your bed in your footsie pajamas, probably some Frank Bean Superman superhero pajamas.
Yeah.
Just scurrying in and hopping under the sheets into your mom's bed and sucking on your thumb because you're fired.
Yeah.
微上吸引
It's just what it is.
It's just what it is. I know. No, you're accurate. So Frank Rizzo didn't sleep in his bed.
No, he slept in his own
He
bed.
was the mayor. First of all, he was the police chief of Philadelphia. First, he was the full police chief. He was a cop. He was a Philadelphia cop for years, and then he became the police chief of Philadelphia.
He was a high school dropout. His pops was a cop from South Philly. As Italian as a kid as you can get.
Frank Rizzo.
I think
like the Jerky Boys.
I think his father came, was an immigrant. I think he was like an Italian, but
Yes,
he was
yeah.
like that type of Italian.
Yeah.
He wasn't like that type of Italian. He was like a ciao bella.
Right. Classy
So,
Italian.
His father was a ciao bella, and his mother was South Philly. Can I get a hoagie and go home?
Yeah, him.
So they made Rizzo. They had 4 brothers. I think he was he the youngest of the 4 brothers, Isis? Anyway, high school dropout, became a cop, developed a reputation for being a kid who liked to crack a few skulls.
Yeah.
The kid liked physical violence.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
He was a big fucking kid. Now, if you go back and look at some of the videos and interviews with him, he was just a jacked, thick kid with a nice fucking hair and a bell pepper Italian nose.
Yeah, his nose looked like a bell pepper.
But his hair was constantly gelled. He had a good head of hair.
And he always had a full suit on. No matter what, the guy was just always with a suit and a cigar. Towards the end of his life, that guy didn't go anywhere without a stick.
Because he looked like Philadelphia. If Philadelphia was a city, because look, Philadelphia was a working class city. You're talking about turn of the century, maybe around 1907. You probably had about 70,000 kids working in textile factories. Mm-hmm. By the time he became mayor, from 72 to 80, there was no factories. They're all overseas. So Frank Rizzo was a guy who kind of rose to prominence and gained political power as mayor because he was one of those guys, you know, home guy made good.
Right.
The people, the working class people
Right.
who were sort of despondent because all these jobs went overseas, saw themselves in him, you know, and he was beloved, and he was a Democrat. He later
said he was liberal.
He said it was like he said he hated the far right, he hated the far left. He was like, I'm a moderate, and he believes most people are moderates. But he won. He won in Philadelphia with a large black population, a large black electorate. He won on the Democratic ticket twice. He was a mayor twice. He wanted to go again. He tried to change the laws so he could stay in there. But obviously, there's 2-term limit in Philly. So then he left. He wasn't mayor, and then he ran again the third time, and he got beat by a black dude named Wilson Good. And then he was done. Then he switched to the Republican Party. Then he had a TV show for a little while, and then he got old and he walked his dog and he yelled at reporters.
Yeah, he yelled at reporters, which would do. Where do you want to start with Frank?
Frankie
because
Rizzo.
There's a lot. Because the thing is, a lot of times we talk about a historical figure and we just make up what we thought they said or did, but you know, because they're so far in history. Frank Rizzo's a guy. There's footage of him. Like you have to just listen to the guy. I mean, it was unbelievable. Let's just.
How about we start here?
Yeah, let's just start with his famous quote.
Yeah. How did you know I was going to do that? Because we're on the same fucking page.
We're on the same page.
Because I want to hop in your lap.
Get in this lap because I got a boner.
Because how did you know I was going to do that?
Because it's a nice way to start it off. We'll start off with his quote.
Because how I was fucking queued up, just so you see.
Queued up.
We're on the same page.
We're on the same fucking
I want to play with your hair.
Yeah, get your fucking fingers in there.
Because your feet, by the way, we made it to 500 Patrons, and we rewarded the Patreon members by posting an unedited picture of Chris's broken feet in yoga socks. In toeless yoga socks.
Toeless yoga socks. And people had some fun. What did somebody call me? Chrissy Panhandle feet?
We're going to read some of the comments because they were 10 out of 10. Our fans are 10 out of 10.
You guys are 10, and some of you are going to get drafted, and only the true Patreon, true non-toots know what that means. We're doing a Patreon draft today after the episode. So if you want to be a part of that draft, go to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys.
Yes, we're doing a Patreon fantasy team draft. Team Chrissy D Cups, Team Special Needs Stamos.
That's what it is.
So Chrissy's going to draft 10, I'm going to draft 10, and then we're going to think of fucking great comedy games for you guys to play, and then Mike Mush, Isis, and our panel of guests is going to judge who's funnier. It's going to be wild. Our bonus episode for this episode will be on Patreon, and it will be the Patreon draft. So if you want to be drafted, go to our community board on patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. Make your case for why you should be drafted by either me or Chrissy or both. And if you want to hear the episode, it's just a bonus. And remember, our lowest tier, $5 patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys members get the bonus episode. So if you want to hear the bonus episode where me and Chrissy draft these people, go to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. Now to start the episode, this is what Frank Rizzo said to a reporter. I'm going to make Attila the Hun look like a faggot.
Yeah!
Way Song Xian.
He just said that to the reporter and said, print it.
Print it. So let's start off. What clip do we have queued up first? What interview should we start off with, Jan?
Let's start off.
With him versus the Black Panthers?
No. Let's build to that because let's.
You want to go with the reporter?
Let's go with the Lou Gordon interview. The Lou Gordon interview. This is where Frank Rizzo storms off the set. So let's start from the beginning. This is Lou Gordon interviewing Frank Rizzo in 1972. So this is when he first becomes mayor.
So, did you have anything to do with that?
Oh, I'm.
Well, McGinnis says in his article that the
This is not Frank Rizzo. This is the reporter.
Walter, and they went to the Barclay Hotel.
You'll know who Frank Rizzo is in a
editor,
second.
Yeah.
And they spent 5 days there breaking that
When you
magazine
hear this guy's
article into
voice,
17
you know he
separate
orders his
newspaper
coffee
stories,
Leroy.
But only one of them ran, and that was buried on page 12. Anything about that?
No.
McGinnis also said in that article that he had quotes from you that Philadelphians are not used to reading. Quotes things that you
This
said.
is
For
where it starts
example,
to get good.
I am no Hitler, but I am a tough cop, and if they want to try me, those black bastards, I'll prove it. End quote.
It's just what it is.
Now, I'm sitting here, and I'm trying to be a professional, but I just don't like some of the questions that I'm being asked. I have never used that expression, and I think it's unfair for a man of your reputation to even throw the type.
Can you pause it for a second, Mush? Now, he's saying he didn't say it.
Right.
But when you look at that face,
Yeah.
what do you think the percent chance is that he hasn't dropped an M-bomb?
I would say
0% chance.
there's a 0% chance. I mean, I would be shocked if there was a day that went by where he didn't say an N-bomb. So, I mean, I'm talking about every day. It's just what his alarm clock may be.
Because he's just one of those city Italian kind of... First of all, Italians can't help being... It's just in there.
There's racism in there.
Italians are just... There's a little racism. There's a little criminality. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Italians
Se
like...
juuri se, mitä se on.
Yeah.
Italians like a good shortcut.
Yeah.
Italians are looking for like, all right, what's the angle here?
What's the angle?
How can I make my life a little easier? Because I want to buy some fucking 14-karat gold cufflinks.
Yeah, I mean, Frank Rizzo, it was just a couple. I mean, he was absolutely at one point in his life on the road to be a full criminal, and he just went the other way.
Yeah.
And is a cop.
Yeah.
But that's why he is such a good cop, and I guarantee you rose up to become commissioner because he thinks like a criminal. That's what probably made him a great cop.
Yeah, well, when we say great cop, we say he's a complicated figure.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think he was a great cop, great mayor, and there's a lot of evidence that would support that he had a successful administration. And we will list those. I mean, he built a new subway, a fast, speedy subway from Center City to the airport, a city hospital, housing. During his administration, crime was the lowest. And we're talking about Philadelphia, which is a high crime city.
Right.
But during Frank Rizzo's administration, his 2-term administration as mayor, it was the safest of the 10 big cities in America. So he did do some good things.
And also he appointed the most black officers to like superior positions.
Correct.
Right?
He promoted the most black police officers of any previous
to captain,
police
lieutenant,
commissioner.
sergeant. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he also had a lot on the force. But on the flip side, he did crack a few skulls. He did make some Black Panthers strip down to their underwear and told the press to take photos of it, and then bragged about how they talk tough, but this is what they truly, you know, when, I mean, we're going to show that interview, so I don't want to spoil it too much. He did have to go to court constantly for police brutality. It always got dismissed. The kid got in the middle, famously got in the middle of a gang fight, and he left a black tie event to go lead a charge against some criminals. I mean, the guy was fucking wild, and he definitely used his fists and excessive force a few times.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if he always followed the law.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's my kind of guy.
Yeah, you know who he basically was kind of like, you got to say he's kind of like, you ever see L.A. Confidential, the movie?
I don't think so.
Has anyone seen L.A. Confidential?
Is that the one with Julia Roberts?
No, I can't believe you haven't seen L.A. Confidential.
I've seen Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts.
I know you've seen that, and you watch a lot of docs.
Yeah,
because in your neighborhood, they call you a big old fruit.
Fruit. What am I, Cinderfucking-rella?
That's right.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's the actor's name? I got Yanni on set. I haven't eaten today.
Yanni Sundowns.
No, not Nolte. He the Gladiator.
Russell Crowe.
The cop Russell Crowe plays is basically how Frank Rizzo did his police work. So let's continue with the interview.
That you are, but I'll sit here and answer them. I never use that language.
Liar.
Mr. Mayor, have you seen this magazine?
Italian kid from Philly didn't
that
use that
don't make
language.
it accurate. I know a newspaper man that's in prison.
I know some policemen that are in prison,
Right.
too. That doesn't mean...
No, that don't mean that everything that McGinnis...
I know a
writes
mayor
is-
that's in prison.
But that don't mean that Mr.
Can you pause it,
McGinnis,
Bush?
because...
This might be the only mayor in the history of the United States who says who doesn't speak proper grammar. He's a high school dropout.
man.
This mayor, he's like, that don't mean, that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it don't mean nothing.
That don't mean nothing. I mean, yeah, there's a few cops in prison. That don't mean that don't mean nothing.
In a way, he's like a precursor to Trump. In a way.
A little bit.
Not as crazy, but it's like a little pre-Trump-ish kind of stuff going on.
Very interesting you say that, because I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, he was kind of like...
Because I'm in your fucking head today.
I know, like larger-than-life personality, a lot of charisma, and just didn't really give a fuck, and really was contentious with the media.
Right.
And when I say... He went farther.
We're going to build up to ones where he's threatening violence against the media.
He puts his hands on reporters and then tells them to run the story and not edit the footage.
Yeah.
Frank Rizzo is fucking
Wild. All right, let's finish this clip.
He writes something that it's true.
Well, I'm simply asking you about these things, and there's a big story. I've been around this community, around the country.
Can you pause it, Mush? Chrissy, what do you think? Now go watch this video on it's Lou Gordon interviewing Frank Rizzo.
Yeah,
Chrissy, what do you think the chances are that this kid doesn't bite prostitutes or walk around in panties?
Lou Gordon?
Yeah.
I think, looking at him right now, I think he's a kid. He bites prostitutes, puts on women's panties, and I think he's a sniveling little Jew.
You just had to...
Zach,
what are you doing
because I did a Jew joke.
I didn't get it. Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't get it? Yeah, because I said Jew.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Because, I mean, you just had to throw a little fucking cherry of racism on top of that.
Yeah, well, it's because it's the Frank Rizzo episode. It's all okay. The whole episode's Wei Shan-Jian.
Okay.
Let's just name this episode Frank Rizzo is Wild, Wei Shan-Jian.
Yeah, we need to.
We have to put Wei Shan-Jian in the description.
Let's actually do that. Cause, you know what? Just say Frank Rizzo's Wild, and then then in the description, just say Wei Shan-Jian a bunch of times.
Yeah, just Wei Shan-Jian. The whole episode's Wei Shan-Jian.
Okay. Press play, Mush.
Or
That you have been very tough on reporters, that you've kicked them out of your office, that when they asked you tough questions, you demand that they be fired and all that.
That's not true. And talk to some of the reporters in Philadelphia.
I've talked to them.
And what response did you get?
Well, let me read you a letter I got from a man from San Francisco who watches this show. He says, I take your show in on a weekly basis via Channel 4 in San Francisco, and I heard you say last night you'll be interviewing Mayor Frank Rizzo of Philadelphia. So I hope this letter reaches you in time. I was born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware, and lived in Philadelphia between 67 and 71. Then he goes on and gives me his credentials. He says, my message to you, Frank Rizzo is a disease, a crippling disease that is turning young people away from Philadelphia in droves. I left Philadelphia, despite a lot of chances, to move up. I wasn't the first to split from Filthydelphia, and I won't be the last. Now, I mean, this is a reporter whom I don't know, who's got credentials, has a very prominent position. He's out in the West Coast. Why would he write me a letter like that about you?
Because just the expressions that he used would indicate to me that he needs help.
But why would he write that? I mean, I don't know the man.
I could show you a stack of letters that I receive every day telling me and many other people who serve with me what a good job's being done. So again, we're never going to have everyone love us. And I would suggest that as a result of that letter, that he might need some help, And I'm very happy that he's not in Philadelphia, by the way.
Yeah. Now that's him. That's Frankie Rizzo being, that's reserve Frank Rizzo.
Yeah. That's why we're starting off with this.
Yeah,
one.
we're starting with the reserve Frank Rizzo. We're just starting you slow because right now this is him being as PC and polite as he can, and his hair is fucking 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's gelled with motor oil.
Yeah.
I mean, it is shining off the lights.
He's got motor oil and cheese whiz in there.
His hair is reflecting the camera lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
To go back to this article, it was supposed to be in the bulletin. The article said that you could have been sent to jail for altercation of police department records and discriminating against black applicants.
Uh-oh.
Is there any truth to that?
Well, let me say this to you. I have recruited many policemen while I was the police chief, and I'm going to say that I would say that when I left, Philadelphia had the highest ratio of black policemen than any other large city.
True. And I admired you for that from Detroit.
And we have the highest number of ranking black policemen. And when I left, the figure was around 200, and I promoted about 187 of them.
Hold on. In his head he went, so fuck you.
Yeah, so fuck you. Yeah. Yeah.
Every thought this kid has when he doesn't like you is just, but I want to punch you in the face.
Yeah, because, right now, I mean, I'm on Rizzo's side. I get it. It's like Lou Gordon is, asking these questions. It's like what the stats, it doesn't lie. Frank Rizzo is he's got good stats.
Well, he kicked his ass on that one. On that one point, he did kick his ass.
Frank Rizzo's going to walk out at some point of this interview.
That's what's going to happen.
All
so
right,
here we go.
Keep going.
It also said, that article, that you attempted to force witnesses in courtroom trials to commit perjury in order to spare you on brutality charges.
Well, that's not true again.
Pause it for a second. Right before he speaks, his thoughts are, well, listen here, you fucking cuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he speaks.
Listen,
But in his brain, he hears himself go, listen here, you fucking cock.
fucking Mary. Yeah.
All right.
People like these sort of things. I don't understand. I've met you this evening for the first time. You're a very affable, pleasant man. Well, why would they want to hatchet you this way?
I have no idea. I think that this is an operation. I think that when you're a police chief, there are many, many people that you upset when you're trying to do your job. But I think the proof of the pudding is that I ran for mayor as the resigning from police chief, and the majority of people of Philadelphia elected me.
That's pretty good proof.
There you go.
So go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
that's
you.
in his brain again.
When is he going to walk out?
It's about to happen, cuz.
All right, so let's just get through these next 35 seconds.
Yeah.
I won't quote from America again, I don't think.
No, if you do, I'm going to leave.
The article also said, this is the last one, that you had received financial support from city nightclub owners who were heavily involved in drug traffic and prostitution.
Mr. Wagner, let me say this to you. I want to be professional, and I came for an interview.
But I want to fight.
This has been an interview. I think you've been completely unfair in your line of questioning, and I'm not going to subject myself anymore.
He threw that wire down heavy.
Look at his hair.
I'm quoting you from a National Journalism Review.
He just walked off the set.
Frank Rizzo was about a second away from punching him right in the face.
He walked right out of frame, out of that interview, and fucking punched the wall like Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
It's just what he did.
So and now we're ramping up. So that was Frank Rizzo, very tame.
Yeah.
Frank Rizzo was very tame. That was just a little glimpse of what we want to, talk about. He was mayor. He was already retired from being a mayor, right? He was done.
No. At that point, he was
the mayor.
1972. So
he was the active mayor.
He was either the active mayor or was about to be. Yeah, he was probably the beginning of being an active mayor. He was mayor from 72 to 80. Oh my God, they're gross, dude.
I know, but that's why I'm letting them rip.
They're fucking wet.
That's why I'm letting them rip. Because it's just old school Chrissy Well farts. I need a wet wipe.
Because it's always raining in your ass.
It's always raining. My ass has always got a dampness.
You've never had a dry fart.
Yeah, but how come I never stink though? I got a clean ass.
Because
witch hazel.
The truth is, you're a German kid. You're a German Irish kid. You're predominantly the only thing Italian about you.
But you
is
think
your
I'm a
last
snow
name.
monkey?
My mother thinks you're a snow monkey.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. You only have your powers during the winter months.
Yeah.
Today's a warm day. I'm a Greek kid.
I'm leaking.
You're leaking, and I'm gaining power.
Because
I lose power in the winter, and then I gain it in the summer.
And I'm gonna lose it, cause in the summer.
Yeah, you start to melt in the summer because you're a snow monkey.
It's what it is.
それがまさにそれです。
Yeah. Okay. So this is Philadelphia. Let's go to the other one. Let's go to the
shorter one,
yeah.
the 2-minute one.
Here we go. So this is Frank Rizzo. After he's retired, he's a private citizen. He's walking on his block, minding his own business with his lovely dog.
Yeah.
And his beautiful freak. Yeah, the kid had style. He had a pinky ring. This kid, if you're an Italian kid and he names Frank Rizzo,
yeah,
you definitely got a fucking pinky ring.
Yeah, right now he's walking. He's got a raincoat on, a nice little top hat. He's smoking a stick. He's smoking a cigar, walking with a fucking puppy. He's got, what kind of dog is that? That's like a little Pomeranian he's got.
Frank Rizzo's the type of Italian kid from Philadelphia who eats a lot of baked ziti, says the N-word on occasion.
Yeah.
Definitely takes his rings off before he fingers his wife.
Yeah.
And does it while he's smoking a stick.
But make no mistake, Frank Rizzo's that kind of guy that does all those things, but you better believe on Ash Wednesday, him and his dog are both getting ashes.
He's a Catholic fucking kid.
He's a Catholic kid on Ash Wednesday?
Oh, yeah.
Because if this was Ash Wednesday, he would act the same exact way, just with ashes on his head.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's listen to this one.
This is about,
he gets approached by a reporter on his block.
Stan Borman, I think, is or Bauman or something like that. Stan the Jew.
And he's legit in his 60s here. I mean, Frank Rizzo's legit in his
late
60s. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
How are you?
Good.
Can we talk with you for just a moment?
No, I'm busy.
You couldn't answer any of our questions?
I wouldn't talk to you under any condition.
Why is that, sir?
Forget it. Scram. Get out of here.
Sir, I understand
Now,
that
look,
these...
get away from me. Get away from me.
We're allowed to be on the streets, sir.
I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me.
How do you feel about the security guards
Look,
being taken off of you, sir?
Get away from me or I'm going to throw you out in the middle of the street.
Sir, one more question.
I'm telling you, get away from me.
You were the symbol of law and order in Philadelphia, sir. For many years, people looked up to you and respected you.
Look, creep, get out of here.
How can you justify your actions at our cameras last Monday in front of your
get
house?
out. You're a creep.
We're a member of the media. We'd like to have an answer to our question.
You're a creep.
Why did you attack our cameras, sir?
Get it all. Don't miss any of it. You're a creep.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
Would you answer the question?
You know, you hide behind that press card.
I'm not hiding behind anything, sir. I just want to get some answers.
I'll tell you what to do. There's a gang of yous here. There's enough of you here. By myself, I'll take yous physically.
Well, I'm not asking you to take me physically.
Well, get away from me.
Well, sir, I'm on the public street. I should be authorized to be here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he just grabbed the mic out of his hand.
Get away from me, you crumb.
Crumb.
He called him a crumb.
That's a challenge, except I'll put my dog away, and I'll come back. And you got 1, 2, 3. And I'll do it alone with you. In that back of that fence. Just the 3 of us, 4 of us, me and you. Show you what kind of a man you are. You're less than a man.
You little bitch.
Okay? You're a crumb creep. And I wouldn't take that off of nobody. And there's 3 of you and I'm by myself. And when it's over, there'll be nothing to it. Win or lose, okay? But you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum.
Crumb bum.
Put that on camera. You're a crumb bum, the 3 of you. And I challenge you. You're a coward. You're a yellow sneak. And if you want to, now what I say, let's forget all the rules of this great country we live in. I will go back to that wall with the 3 of you. Just me.
There is
You're a crumb creep coward.
He keeps adding.
Yeah.
You can't take, you won't stand up to a man.
I'm standing up. We're not here to fight. We're here to get some answers to some questions. That's all.
I want to fight you.
Why is that?
Because you're a crumb creep lush coward.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
You
Added
are
lush.
I can tell by looking at you. I was a cop all my life, and I know a lush when I see one, and you're a lush. You're going to have a hell of a story on that one. Play every word of it, crumb.
Crumb.
Called him a crumb. But again, in his head, he was going, cock.
Cock. Yeah, and you know the kid loves sweets because he's just using crumb in every fucking adjective. It's
My
crumb.
favorite part of that is when he goes, we'll forget the great law. He was angry, but he didn't forget his patriotism.
But he's a patriot.
Yeah, he's a patriot. He said, look, we're about to break the law. We'll forget the laws of this great country. And then he actually saluted the flag and made the cross.
Yeah.
So he saluted the flag, made the cross, and then went back to, but I'll take you back there.
Yeah.
And win or lose,
Yeah.
I'll take all 3 of you physically.
That was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause-
that was fucking, I mean, just think about whatever mayor, whatever city you live in. Just think about that guy doing that to a reporter, challenging physical violence on on television, and saying, don't edit any of it out.
Philadelphia's a strange city.
That's a strange city.
They're like famous snack or meal
Right.
is a Philly cheesesteak.
Right.
That's not cheese.
No.
That's liquid powdered sugar
Yeah.
with yellow food coloring.
Yeah.
That's not steak.
No.
That is, I don't know what that is. Steakums?
Steakums.
Those are steakums.
Yeah, those are for me and Ched.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically fake steak and fake cheese on a hero bread.
Yeah.
Okay? And then as their statue, they have fucking Rocky. That's a fake boxer.
Yeah.
And then they got a mayor that says the word Negro this way. Cue it up, Mike Mush.
You know, I found out as the police chief that the black in any area, and particularly in Philadelphia, he wants no more than I want. He wants to be secure in his home. He wants to be able to walk the street
Saying
in
sensible
safety.
stuff.
He wants to be able to have his children
with
educated
you.
without them being shot or stabbed in school.
Every black is with you.
And if I thought that the black community was against me, I would have not run for mayor.
All right, I'm still with you. Nice.
Because about 600,000 Negroes live in
Okay,
Philadelphia.
right there.
Holy shit!
That's where you lost the black vote, right there.
Did you just
He's-
Negroes?
I've never heard Negro pronounced that way.
I've never heard Negro with an N-I.
Because that was the mayor of Philadelphia. He pronounced it Negroes.
He was literally
He stopped himself mid-word.
because he was a millisecond away from letting one fly.
Yeah, because, I mean, Philadelphia's a wild town.
I mean, because he's being interviewed on public television, he almost said the N-word.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of... It was you know that meme where that baby runs into the room and then goes whoa 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 and runs back.
Yeah,
he kind of started the word and went ooh and just
yeah.
skidded that way.
Holy shit!
Isis, have you ever heard it pronounced Negroes?
Now I have.
Yeah.
Can we play it one more time?
Yeah,
Let's
one
just
more
hear
time.
it one more time,
Yeah,
Mike.
There was no camera tricks. That was him.
That was
About 600,000 Negroes live in Philadelphia.
Whoa!
I'm confident.
I mean, Frankie.
Yeah.
What do you think his PR team did when he said? You think one of them passed out?
He obviously did not have a PR team.
He didn't care.
Or his PR rep. You know who his PR rep was?
Who?
His PR rep was a guy named Vinny from the neighborhood.
Yeah, from the
And
neighborhood.
Vinny said, "Listen, when you talk about the blacks, make sure you say the word and you say it this way."
Yeah, his PR guy was a guy named Paulie Publicity.
Paulie Publicity from South Philly.
Paulie Publicity, yeah, he's from South Philly, and you just go up there and just don't say the N-word, but you could come close.
Yeah, go, listen. Listen. I'm gonna. He goes, listen.
Yeah, just don't say it full, but fucking let the people know who you are and where you're from.
His wife is going, Frankie, don't you have to do an interview today? Because I'm gonna make you a couple steakums when you come home.
Yeah, you came home.
Make sure you call Paulie Publicity so he can tell you how to say anything.
Let's be crystal clear about something.
Yeah.
Their 30-year Mrs. Rizzo.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
got disciplined a few times.
She had a few black eyes for the pictures. There was just a time or two. There was just a time or two where Mr. and Mrs. Rizzo showed up to an event, and unfortunately, Mrs. Rizzo had to bring her friend Lucille to do her makeup.
It's just
because
what it is.
She had a black eye or two because she was disciplined.
It's just what it is.
That's what happens if you put a little too much garlic in the sauce for Frank Rizzo.
Because this cat was the mayor of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He also he did build a high speed train that went from Center City to fucking the airport, but he also gave his wife a few shiners.
It's what it is.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, and make no mistake, when he built that high speed train, he said I fucking love it. It's my favorite project because it gets the blacks out as quick as can be. Frank Rizzo said something like that as a joke, and his team had to politely laugh, but in the background was like, what is this maniac doing?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm being serious now.
Yeah.
Frank Rizzo, although I'm sure he used those words, and it's not justifying or vindicating him in any way, but I bet you he liked black people. I bet you he did. Like the officers, black policemen, and I bet you he was like, he would help them, but he was just racist. Well, but in a weird way, he was racist, but I also would help blacks. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like that thing that these old school Italian guys have. Like, they say these words and they do these things, but when push comes to shove, I think if you're an American, they'll help you.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about before, is like, was there any ties with Frank Rizzo to the mob or organized crime or corruption? I didn't find any big scandals. Maybe ISIS, you can do a little Google search, but I don't think so. I think there was, he was successful. He was reelected. So he was a 2-term mayor. Philadelphia only allows 2 terms. It was speculated by a lot of people that he was going to continue his ascent,
right,
and maybe go federal, maybe follow in J. Edgar Hoover's footsteps,
right,
and become, head of the FBI, because he was getting a lot of national attention.
Right.
Because Philly did become a safe city, and he was a big personality.
Right.
But what prevented him, I think, from continuing that ascension up is a lot of these scandals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a lot of police brutality, and this is one of the most controversial things that happened under his reign, and we're going to show it right now.
Yeah, we'll show it right now.
Remember, this is the 70s, so this is a Black Panther movement. There's a lot of social upheaval. Like we told you, Philadelphia, a lot of jobs have left, a lot of working class angst, a lot of racial tension. We're just coming off the 60s, the civil rights movement.
Right.
And the Black Panthers were heavily active in Philadelphia. And this is one of the most infamous things that happened with Frank Rizzo.
In Philadelphia, and there was fear that some militants, incensed at the raid on their local headquarters, might confront the police. Rizzo's answer became legend.
They're a little angry. They were humiliated. We took their pants off them to search them.
Jesus.
So only brave when they outnumber people, meet. They said I hurled a challenge that I suggested, instead of laying an ambush, why don't you tell us where you're going to be? We'll give you the odds. We'll come and we'll okay corral, If they have their convention, fine, no problem. All I can say, and they consider this a challenge. they break our law, we'll be there. Meaning? The police. We'll be there, and we'll see who wins. And if you're a betting man, you bet on us.
The weekend passed without...
He's basically just like threatening them.
That's the police commissioner of Philadelphia. He wasn't mayor yet. He was the police commissioner.
Yeah, this...
He's supposed to be the voice of law and order. I mean, he's basically baiting people to fight him.
Because he said this in 71 and then got elected in 72. He's a character that could not exist today.
Right.
Today's climate, well, I guess maybe it could, because look at Trump. Trump says
yeah,
wild
but Trump's
shit.
not as wild as Frank Rizzo.
No,
Frank Rizzo's blatantly racist.
Yeah, I mean,
Trump's racist, but he's kind of blatant about it, but he's not saying Negro.
I mean, here's the thing. People throw that around a lot. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't Trump. He probably is. I mean,
I don't know.
How could you be German, grow up with that much privilege, and be so, disconnected from the common man and not have a few strange opinions?
It's just what it is. He gets my vote either way.
But we don't know what's in the heart of these men.
Right.
We don't know we don't know what's in the heart of these men. And I mean, when you do, and that's why Frank Rizzo is so interesting, is because we're going to give some different opinions now, because we'll pause the podcast actually and queue up a few of what some of these black community leaders had to say about Frank Rizzo, because one black civil rights lawyer, I remember, post Rizzo reign, said he basically kidnapped the city of Philadelphia. It was basically a police state is what he's saying. But like we said, it's just what it is. I mean, some of these just what it is facts is he did have the most black cops on the force.
Yeah.
He did promote the most. These are true things that makes him so controversial and makes it so people on different sides of the aisle, a lot of times, unfortunately, on different sides of the color line, have different opinions on Frank Rizzo.
It's just what it is.
It's just what it freaking is.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I don't know.
It's what it is.
Frank Rizzo. Yeah. So are we going to play this?
Yeah, we're going to play this right now. Pause it.
Yeah, right.
And provoke militant and divisive rhetoric.
We have to take the position that any black person who inflicts any injury, up to and including death, on any police officer in the black community is clearly carrying out an act of justifiable homicide.
Okay, there. Yeah, you could just, from that interview, you could see that there's a lot of tension between the black community and police. It still exists today. This has been going on for a long time. And there's no question that there was some brutality. There's no question.
Right.
It's just, it happened across the country, in every major city.
Of course.
And there is racism. So that's just a part of the story.
That's undeniable that there's racism.
Let's fast forward a little bit. Keep fast forward. Fast forward. Yeah, that's the guy. That's in kind. Blah, 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 blah. Now, yeah, let's get into these guys. Now, keep going. This guy. Yeah.
Is already picking up support from various community groups. His candidacy raises the possibility of a split in the liberal vote, which could, in effect, assure Rizzo's nomination. However, black community leaders don't necessarily see it that way.
Well, I feel that the black man is ready and should begin to work in terms of a black mayor for Philadelphia.
Reverend Jesse Anderson.
Is he black or white?
Rizzo comes in and so forth. Well, I've gotten this from all of my people and whatnot. But I think we'll benefit anyway.
He is kind of Thurgood Marshall black.
Yeah, you don't know if he's black or he looks like he could be Italian. He doesn't look all the way black. Is this a Sean King situation or is he black?
He's black. He's black. He's a Colin Powell black.
Okay.
You see, because the boil is already there, you see. And if we can't soothe the boil and get rid of it with palliatives at the present time, then the only thing to do is have the boil break, let the pus come out, and start the healing process. And I think that's what Rizzo is going to do if he gets in. He's going to break the boil. It's going to be messy as all get out. But I think in that way the healing processes will begin. So I figure we can't lose.
Yeah, so, and then they keep going and keep find that guy's face again, because then he comes back on. Here we go. And then he really represents the other side.
And do you think that this is going to be a racial campaign?
It can't help but be a racial campaign. Because we're all polarized anyway. Everybody's working in terms of his own situation.
But he claims he's going to try and bring the people together, and he said the people just
How
want...
in the world can Rizzo bring people together when all he's been doing is alienating people for the last 10 years? And he proved his bias in terms of this when he undressed black boys on the street, his police, and he condoned it. Because this means that he has emasculated black people, which he wouldn't dare to do to white people.
What was the reaction in the black community when the Black Panther...
Oh, they
raid?
loved it. I mean, what kind of fucking stupid question is that? They thought it was great.
Loved it.
They thought it was great that he fucking stripped them down to their underwear and told the press to cover it. Now, Frank Rizzo's that wild a kid. He did that, and then he wanted that to be shown, which is wild to me that he became mayor after that.
Right.
That he would do, because that just seems really unnecessary, and that's got to be breaking some laws. Is it? I mean, to just strip. I mean, he would do it under the guise of we're searching them for contraband, but it's like you're not allowed to strip people down to their underwear.
Well, it was the 70s. I don't know what the rules were now.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of his detractors.
I mean, it's a brutal thing to do, of course.
Yeah, a lot of his detractors kind of cite that on Saturday he would do these Saturday night roundups of homosexuals, and he would stage raids on coffee houses and cafes, and he was saying they were drug dens. So his detractors and critics say that this was a guy who kind of blurred the lines of the law, to get his will, kind of a little bit of police statey, a little bit of the ends justify the means. He kind of bent the rules a little bit. And, looking black, it's probably true. It's
I'm sure he was a piece of shit more than he was a good guy.
Well, who knows? But I mean, it's definitely that he definitely.
Well, I'm sure he was a racist and a homophobe.
It had
for
to
sure.
Be. It had to be.
There's no doubt about it. He was a racist and a homophobe.
I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, he definitely bent the rules a little bit to get what he wanted.
And what he wanted was gays and blacks off the street.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah, so this became a very infamous thing when he herded these Black Panthers when he raided their headquarters and made them strip in the street. So and then reporters took pictures of it. There's pictures you can Google. It's pretty disturbing to see that. So he ran the 7,000 member police department with a fucking iron fist.
That's what it is.
And there's with a lot of questionable tactics, a little reminiscent of Rudy Giuliani, stop and frisk. But Rudy Giuliani did preside over sort of the New York Renaissance.
Right.
New York went from one of the most dangerous cities in the country, one of the most dangerous of the 10 biggest cities, to, I mean, amazingly, one of the safest.
Right.
Which it continues to be to this day and was under Bloomberg.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like the whole debate. It's like you can't rely on people. Like, they have evil intentions. So it's like, if you don't police people, they're going to do bad things. But yet you want all this freedom. So it's like, not everyone's a good person. Most people are, people are going to do shit if you allow them to do it. So it's like this, it's like that catch-22. It's like, what do you want? Do you want to have like this liberal city and then you have, nobody gets in trouble, you can't stop anybody and then you have homeless people stabbing innocent people and maniacs on the street? Or do you want it to be tight and nobody can fucking move like Berlin?
So
which one do you want?
The truth is, Frank Rizzo was reelected. So there is something to that where you're going like, there's a lot of black voters in Philadelphia. He did get elected by a majority of the body politic. He did build a high-speed rail line to the airport, a new city hospital.
These are all great.
And was responsible for, brokering the construction of several major hotels, which obviously helps out Philadelphia by bringing in tourism bucks and facilitating tourism. But, throughout his tenure, I mean, black people in Philadelphia definitely regularly complained that they were getting cheated out of services and being repressed.
Yeah.
So he was a controversial freaking mayor.
Right.
In 1983, he tried to become mayor again, but he was easily defeated, like I said, by Democratic in the Democratic primary. So he didn't even get to run by Wilson Good, and so then he switched to Republican, and he lost again, losing 49% to Mr. Good's 51% in 1986. And then became the host of an afternoon talk show on WCAU-FM. But he pulled the ratings with that show up to #1 in the Philadelphia market. So he just had a charisma about him, and there was a lot of people who really did love him. Like Chris said, there's a statue of him in the center city of Philadelphia, right there in downtown. And so controversial figure, Frank Rizzo, is really part of the Philadelphia story. So it's just what it is. Very interesting cat. You can go on YouTube and see a lot of his interviews. And there's also a couple great documentaries about that era and that time. So that was Frankie Rizzo.
That was Frankie Rizzo.
Because the Philadelphia accent's one of the hardest to do.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hoagie. It's a cream cheese. It's I'm going home.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Kim him.
Yeah. So okay. So now, thank you guys so much. That was a fucking fun episode. And now, if you got, for the people listening to that for free, for the toots is who you are, is at the end of every episode we read the newest members to the matriarchy, the newest people who have went to patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys and joined the cackle. We read out their names, and then Hyenas guesses their ethnicity. And now, just to really put the pressure on people, we read out what they're pledging, or Hyenas is going to guess how much they've pledged, just based off the name. So this is very Frank Rizzo-esque. And because a couple of people got let go, we don't have the right list. So if I miss your name, just email me.
How come we don't have the right list?
No, we do, but it's like I don't remember where we started. You know what I'm saying, Zach? You know what I mean? Like I don't remember. Do you remember the last? I don't know. Yeah, check who's the very last name of that email, and then I'll start there. I mean, my Patreon app is just not working either.
Yeah, going forward, we'll have this all worked out.
Because there's just a couple of kinks that we have to work out.
I'm excited for the Patreon draft.
Yeah, the Patreon draft is going to be fucking...
Because I'm going to take you out. I'm going to draft the best team.
My app keeps shutting off. So can you open your Patreon app, cuz? And then I'll look, and then I'll get the new...
What's wrong with your fucking thing?
Every time I click on new patrons...
Yeah, that happens to me too.
And then it says view all recent activity.
Yeah,
I swipe up, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, that happens to me too. Here we go. You know what? Let's put the shoe on the other foot.
Wow!
Yeah.
Holy shit. What's the last name? Where does he start at, Zach?
We're going to let Garbage Man Voice guess these.
So you can start from Larry Rice on Tuesday, 343.
Larry Rice.
So wherever you see Larry Rice, do the next one. That's the last name we read out. Do you see Larry Rice?
I don't remember us doing Kenny size 38 Kennard. I think we missed a bunch.
Let's start from the Monday then, and you could because here's Vidura Rajapaksa. I remember him being the last one.
Well, Vidura Rajapaksa.
Did we do Yanni Greek by Procreation Esposito?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's do Vidar. We have to, because he's a $100 member. We have to shout out his business.
We do. We're going to do that. Yeah. And I know about him. He's a Berlin kid. He's a comic.
Yeah, did we get his
we did.
info? So
we did. He doesn't have a company. He's just a kid with a fucking podcast. And that
but
podcast...
what's the podcast? What's the name?
Zach's going to cue that up while we start doing this.
Okay.
All right. So, we got Mike Hublitz.
Mike Hublitz is a German kid who I think we read on the last episode.
How about Jeff Farmer, a.k.a. Steel Pipe Jeffrey?
Yes, we read all these.
We did. Okay.
Do they come in out of order, Zach?
No. We're going to start on March 5th.
Yeah.
Did we do Stephanie DeLacy?
I don't remember.
How about Maggie Walsh?
Sounds familiar.
Lauren Manuel. Paul Jerry.
Yeah, these people sound familiar, but I don't know.
Alex Soto.
Hold on. Alex Soto, yes. Hold on.
Okay. So here we're going to... Let's just start on...
From March 6th and on will be all the names we haven't read.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So we'll start, yeah.
Majin Q.
Majin Q?
Yeah.
That she donated, I think it's a she, and I think she donated $10, and she's Korean.
Yeah. I'm going to ask Zach to give me a Wei Xiangjing because that's definitely an Asian person.
Yeah.
And
Wei Xiangjing.
instead of saying thank you for your service, we just give you a nice bow.
We'll give you a nice bow, and we'll say to kindly cross the street if it's over 90 degrees.
Yeah, and if you see Chris, see Frank Rizzo cackles.
Yeah.
Okay, next up's Sam Rowan.
Sam Rowan's a nice Jewish kid, and he donated $10.
He went for $5.
He went for $5. Well, he better do better next time.
He went for $5 because he said, look, I'm going to get in at the $5 level, and if you guys prove that you're worth it, maybe I'll go up. But I'm not just going to jump in for 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Kenny, size 38 waist, Kennard.
Kenny, size 38 waist, Kennard. Kenny Kennard, that's a white kid. He's donated $5, and he's got diabetes.
Because he went for 10, and he has a handlebar mustache, so he's from the heartland.
Holy shit.
Because he's Kenny, let's call him Dukes of Hazzard Kennard.
Perfect.
He's a fucking white kid.
White kid.
Yeah, he's not like one of those rich wasp white kids. He's a fucking Confederate soldier white kid.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of those, his descendants fought in the grays.
Yeah.
Fought with the gray outfits.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, Larry Rice.
Ooh, Larry Rice, I know who you be. And
wow.
Yeah, you donated $10.
Yeah.
And you're a smooth fucking black guy with a nice big cock, and you can 100% date my daughter.
I like how you softened that because I said, I know who you be.
Yeah, that was wild.
So listen, he knows who you be, but you could date his daughter.
Yes, because Larry Rice seems like a real nice guy.
Larry Rice is definitely somebody who's a black kid.
And he donated $10.
We like you. Where's the fucking cipher sounds, cuz? Yeah, I mean. Yeah. Thank you, Larry Rice. Okay. Ryan Willis. Wow.
Ryan Willis?
Ryon.
Ryan Willis, that's of course a black kid.
Yeah.
And he donated $10, and he's from the Pacific Northwest.
Cuz Ryan Willis?
Yeah.
Cuz how funny is Ryan?
Ryan.
Not Ryan. Ryan would be a white kid.
Yeah.
But Ryan?
Ryan.
That's a black kid.
Yeah.
And he donated $5.
Wow, thank you, Ryan.
Yeah. I mean, you could do a little better, Ryan. We know you're doing good, cuz. So hopefully, yeah, we appreciate all levels. Michael Florino.
Michael Florino, that's one of my cousins. He's an Italian fucking kid from Jersey, and he donated $10.
Dead on.
Yeah.
$10 from Michael Florino. You guessed right.
I know what Mikey's doing.
Yeah. He might have sent it in an envelope in cash, though.
Cuz I need you to do this faster.
Kevin Bentz.
Kevin Bentz is a German kid. He donated $10.
Yes. Emil Romero.
Emil Romero is fucking, he's a White Walker. He's south of the wall, and he donated 10.
He donated 5. Please give me a fucking Wei Xiangjing.
Wei Xiangjing.
Thank you.
Okay, Tom, undrafted free agent Heathcote.
What, Tom Heathcote?
Yeah.
He's a fucking white wasp from Connecticut, and he better have donated $25, that piece of shit.
Because he only did 5, so he's probably right. He's going to remain undrafted.
Unfortunately now, you're going to remain undrafted, you fucking cuck. But thank you for your service.
Wow. How about Chris Dad Bun Crush?
Chris Dad Bun Crush is definitely getting drafted, and he donated $10.
Cuz, close. We got to love Chris Dad Bun Crush because he went 25 full tyrannical.
Wow, full tyrannical, and he's getting a phone call.
You're getting a phone call from us. And the next one is Xavier Moneybanks.
Xavier Moneybanks is 100% a black kid.
Yeah.
Or a Dominican kid, and he donated 10.
No, he went 5, so his name is fucking stupid.
Yeah, your name
or
is...
hilarious.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah, because he only did 5. But we love you, Xavier, and there's no way... If your name is Xavier, you're a black kid.
You have to be a black kid or a Dominican kid. It's the only way.
Okay, Mark D.S. fucking P? Something?
Just 3 letters?
No, this is the first kid who's put like a sign in there. There's like a bracket. D.S. bracket P.
Mm-hmm.
This is a wild kid.
So it's a wild kid, definitely a white kid. Definitely a white kid that's into Asian women, and he donated $10.
I would agree with you. This kid's definitely, because if you put any, that means you're into coding, because his last name looks like a code.
Looks like a kid.
Yeah, this kid's definitely into Asian,
so he donated 10, right?
Charlotte Houston.
Charlotte Houston? Yeah. Oh my God. I know you're disguising yourself because your real name is Charles Houston, and you better have given $10 because you also gave me gonorrhea.
Yeah, $10 correct.
Yeah.
Nice guess. Okay, next one's one name. His name's Sam.
Sam, we already know who you are. You're a black kid. You gave $5. You're going to get drafted, not in our draft, but the NBA.
Yeah, and your mom makes sick mac and cheese.
That's what it is.
Cuz, have you ever gone to a black, cookout?
Yeah, and you probably showed up to Yanni's wedding and didn't give a gift.
Cuz, you ever gone to a black cookout? All the food's in tin pans.
Yeah, food's in tin pans. And honestly,
it's good
I
food.
would say we always talk about food groups.
Yeah.
The food that's closest, in my opinion, to taste-wise after Italian is soul food. Soul food is just misses being the best food on the planet if there wasn't Italians.
Collard greens are my favorite vegetable. Yeah, man. All right. Next up, after Sam, we got Lauren Grabowski.
Lauren Grabowski is a nice Polish girl. She gave $10, and if she's not careful, my country's going to take over hers again.
Yeah, and let me reload because she's a pig.
Peas Grabowski.
Yeah, Betsy Lee.
Betsy Lee is a white kid, is a white girl with a Chinese father, and she gave $10.
She's a white girl with a piece of a husband or boyfriend in the photo, and she gave $5. You cheap fucker.
Yeah, let's ask her husband to send me pictures of his schlong.
Okay, next up is Joel.
Just one name, Joel.
Yeah.
So if it's one name, it's automatically a black kid. He gave $10, and thank you for your service.
He only gave $5, and could be Soul Joel because that's the amount of money he makes on his shows.
Yeah, he makes no money. He sucks.
We're just kidding, Wei Shangxing.
Yeah, but you are retarded.
Wei Shangxing.
Justin Torres.
Justin Torres is a Spanish kid, rice and beans kid, $10. He's a Puerto Rican.
He went $5.
Okay.
Yeah, Sunset Park in a building. John, this is a good one. John Bongiorno.
John Bongiorno?
John Bongiorno.
John Bongiorno better have given $25, and it's all cash every month.
Yeah.
He sends an envelope full of cash every month.
He went only $5, but we love you, Gianni Bongiorno.
Gianni Bongiorno.
Because he's so fucking Italian, he bathes in sauce. What did you call Italians the other day?
What I call them?
Sauce monkeys.
Sauce monkeys.
Yo, Gianni Bongiorno's a sauce monkey.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave Wenstead.
Dave Wenstead. He's a white kid. He's from the Midwest, and he's given $10.
He went $5, and Dave Wenstead, doesn't he sound like he's like a D1 white player who gets drafted in the third round?
Yeah, he played for Old Dominion.
Yeah. Dave Wenstead. Okay, next up, Wei Shangxian.
That's the name?
Wei Shangxian.
Wow.
PPW nominee.
PPW nominee, Wei Shangxian. You're obviously a white kid.
Yeah.
And you've given $10.
$5.
Okay.
$5, but PPW.
Yeah, PPW.
PPW nominee.
Pseudo-penis of the week.
Yeah. Leanne. Wow. Leanne Terracciano.
Leanne Terracciano is my future ex-wife.
Yeah.
And she gave $10, and she's a beautiful girl.
She's a fucking Italian girl named Leanne Terracciano.
Terracciano, yeah.
Because she slices her garlic really thin.
Yeah.
Next up, Alex Gonzalez.
Alex Gonzalez, a.k.a. Speedy Gonzalez, needs to go over the wall. Alex Gonzalez gave $10, 10 pesos.
$5 from Alex Gonzalez.
Wow.
Okay. Next up, Austin Buddha.
Austin Buddha. That is another white kid, and Austin Buddha is given $5.
Austin Buddha did give $5. That is our Patreon members for the week. And
that's it?
You missed out on 8 or 9 there. You want me to just read them all?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gotta be, Zach.
You stopped at Wei Jianxin. After that is Amy Lynn.
Amy Lynn is a
porn star.
$5.
$5, you're right.
Cute white girl, right? Blonde hair?
Yep.
Yes, Nilfamare.
Damien Cardenas.
Yeah, Damien, black kid named Damien.
Yeah,
and he gave $10.
Yo, ISIS, let's link.
5.
Yo, pull through.
Wow.
Bars. Leonard Ovate.
That's another black kid.
Another black kid, Leonard. And
pull up.
He gave $10, now me.
Yeah, man.
25.
Wow. Kid is fucking doing it.
Next, we got Lauren Lagozo.
Ooh, Lauren Lagozo sounds like a fucking puppet piece, and she gave 10.
Listen, Lauren Lagozo, you make a nice spaghetti.
Right on the money. She gave $10.
There
Next,
it
we
is.
got Daniel Avalar.
Daniel Avalar is a Spanish kid.
Spanish kid. I'm going to go Puerto Rican kid.
And well, I was thinking he might be from Spain.
He might be a Spania?
He might be from España.
Daniel, yes, that could be a Spanish name.
And he gave $10.
$10.
Okay.
And that's probably €5.
Yeah.
We got Matthew Tarpey next.
Matthew Tarpey.
Tarpey?
That is
full-blown Franks and Beans.
Yeah, Franks and Beans kid, and he gave $10.
He's on 5. He's Franks and Beans.
Fucking Franks.
Fucking stupid.
Next, we got Kira Bees.
Yo, what's up, girl?
Kira Bees.
Kira's a black girl. What's up? Nah?
White Peace.
Oh, she's Irish.
White Peace. And
Kira what?
Kira Bees.
And she gave $10.
Nope, she's on 5.
Wow.
Next, we got Dami B.
Donnie B?
Yeah.
Dami with M's.
Dami?
Dami.
Yeah, man.
No, man, could be black, but he also could be Italian. Dami B.
Dami B's. Listen, come to Dami B's.
Yeah.
Well, Italians always got funny businesses. Like you have that funny joke where Italians do like little companies of little tiny things.
Little tiny things.
Pen caps.
Pen caps. Yeah, it's either Dami B's pen caps or it's her here first, Dami B.
Listen, come over to Dami B's. We put the rubber things around your garden door.
Yeah.
So those rubber things, the door stoppers, that's my company, Donnie B's and Family.
And yeah, all right. Who's next?
Next, we've got Spelunker.
Spelunker?
Spelunker.
One name?
It's one name, like cave exploring.
PPW nominee. Funny kid.
PPW nominee gave $10.
He's on 5. All right,
Wow,
the last
piece
one
of
you
shit.
missed is Token.
Token?
Spelled
Yeah, man.
Tokin.
Yeah.
That's the nominee, and he gave 10.
PPW nominee.
Yeah, man.
10?
He's on 5.
5.
Wow, all
Look,
right.
we appreciate our 5s, our 10s, whatever you are. And this podcast is brought to you. Guess who else is our sponsor?
Do we have 100? Didn't we get another $100?
We got 2 fucking sponsors right now.
Oh, let's read them out. These are the $200 first our $100 sponsors. Yes.
You want me to read it? Or you want me
No, yeah,
take it right
Yanni
here.
will
Yeah,
read it. Look
and
at
then-
your fucking tattoo. We can't have $100 members reading from your tattoo-fingered phone.
Because the producer of our podcast, his nickname is fucking Zach Isis, or better known as Edward Tattoo Scissorhands.
Eddie Tattoo Fingers.
Yeah, he's Tattoo Fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. Vidora Rajaps, cause I can't pronounce your name. It's too South Asian.
Let me read it.
I'm going to call you Vidora Raj.
Let me read it.
Yeah.
Here, I can find it. Here it is. Here we go. Yeah, Vidor the Sandbox. Go ahead.
Wei Zhongxin.
Thank you.
I'm
cuz.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vidor.
Vidor-
What is, spell it out so people know.
First, yeah, it's Vidora, Rajapaksa, and he's a Sri Lankan comic based in Berlin. We're going to give you some advice before we make you our first official sponsor of the Bay Ridge Boys History Hyena podcast. That professional advice from 2 professional comedians named Krista Stefan and Hyenas Pappas: change your fucking name.
Yeah.
You got to first off make a name that's easier to pronounce.
Yeah. First. Okay.
So, Vidora Raj is a Sri Lankan comic. He's based in Berlin, and he's the host of the Anything Goes podcast. So, our podcast is brought to you by the Anything Goes podcast.
So go on iTunes right now, search your podcast, Anything Goes, get my man Vidor's podcast.
Yeah, and he'll be going on tour over the summer starting in June, exclusively around Europe. So if you're in the region, I mean, this kid's a little Franks and Beans. If you're in the region, if you live in the continent of Europe,
yeah,
go find his tour. He doesn't give us any tour dates or anything because you're a sponsor of the podcast. So if you want to send Zach Isis the tour dates, we will promote those tour dates. You can find all his links on Vidora, Rajapaksa.com. That is Vidora, Vidura.com. So go check him out. Follow him on Instagram, Vidora Rajapska on Instagram. The Anything Goes podcast. We appreciate you being an official sponsor, a small business sponsor. You are a small business.
You're a small business.
And also, our second fucking sponsor could be one of our first draft picks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harvey Spencer, Dr. Harvey Lee Oswald.
Wow.
Wow.
$100. Well, we got to shout out his business.
Because he's a dentist.
Did he send us his, he didn't send us anything yet?
He hasn't sent it.
So Dr. Lee Harvey Oswald, what's his actual real name?
Harvey Spencer, correct?
Dr.
Jr., I believe.
Harvey Spencer Jr.
Harvey Spencer Jr.
He was in Atlanta, right?
He's in Atlanta. No, I think he's a dentist in South Carolina.
No, he was in North Carolina.
Oh, he's a dentist.
Zach, where was he?
I think he was in North Carolina.
He's a dentist in one of the Carolinas.
North Carolina.
Call if you really want.
Yeah, let's call his ass.
Well,
No, we can't. We don't got enough time right now, right?
I mean, we're at an hour 18.
Did we have to call him anyway?
We have to call him anyway. He's a 20. If you're a $100 member, you get a call and a shout out. You get everything if you're $100.
Yeah, let's call. But I mean, no, he gets. We got to read his. We need a copy from him every week. We can be.
Yeah,
boom.
send us a copy and we'll read it every week.
Yeah, History Hyenas brought to you by Harvey Dent. You know, whatever. We'll sing his jingle, whatever you want us to do, man.
Yeah, know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
All right, so
Are we calling him or no?
I'm pulling up his number.
All right, we'll pull it up, and then we got to call some.
Mike Mush looks good, cuz.
Mike Mush, you losing weight?
Kind of.
What happened? Why kind of? What happened? You have a hiccup this weekend?
I'm exercising more, so I'm not really losing weight. But
You're gaining muscle.
I'm just not as flabby.
Because you don't have a microphone on you. We're on air. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not as flabby as I was.
There we go. It's
Right.
good.
Sorry.
No problem.
I forgot how podcasts work for a second.
Yeah, for a second you did. Chris DiStefano, what are your dates coming up?
My dates, I got go to chrisdcomedy.com, get all my fucking dates, and then I have March 21st to the 23rd, the Sacramento Punchline, and March 29th to the 31st, the San Antonio Improv. So come through. Mike is going to be at my shows in San Antonio.
Yo, Mikey, yeah, he got his way on there. I mean, that's the way you politic, Mikey. You just do it like that. You just go in there and you say, hey, can I get on those fucking shows? And then Chris is going to go, oh, yeah, you call the club. And he can, well, you call the club and it'll be good for me. And then he got on those fucking shows. So, yeah, Mike Mush, you can see him.
Is he on?
Chrissy D.
Oh, we got Lee Harvey.
And then I will be at Levity Live from March 22nd to 24th in West Nyack, and Governor's Comedy Club April 5th to the 6th in Levittown, Long Island, and then Uncle Vinny's Point Pleasant April 12th to the 13th. How you doing, Doc?
What's up, brother?
Yes. Listen, we just want to thank you for being a $100 member. Can you please tell the people where they can find you? I mean, every month, every episode, we're going to shout you out. You're sponsoring our podcast. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Healthy Smile in Rock Hill, South Carolina. You can go online at www.ahealthyhappysmile.com.
Yes.
Amazing.
Well, listen, from now on, first of all, we love you, brother. And like me and Chris were saying, you might be one of our top draft picks for our Patreon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know about our Patreon draft?
I know all about that. I'm not that funny, though, so I kind of back.
Cause at $100 a month, you're it trumps being funny.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Each one of us, everybody's team needs a black dentist. You just can't lose.
Well, you got me there, brother.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, yeah. Well, just so shout out, and then if you can, when you can, to the Patreon, message us. That copy that you want, and we'll read it. We don't have to call you every week, but we will read that and shout out your business every single week.
Yes.
I got you.
Brother.
All right. Thank you,
what y'all
Doc.
are doing, man. Keep doing it, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother.
And we're also sending you your video. We love you. Peace out, bro.
All right, brother. Bye.
How great! He
There it is.
sounded like he was
Number
like,
one.
yeah, he was just in the middle of work. So we'll get his copy.
It sounded like he was like, he's so smooth, like he was cleaning a woman's teeth while she was blowing him while he's on the phone with us.
Yeah, that's just how he gets
That's
down.
how it is.
And look, yeah. So that's his business. He
Yes.
just said it. We're gonna get the official copy. So from now on, he's our first real sponsor. Because let's be honest, this comic kid, he's probably gonna cancel in a month.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
All right.
thanks so much.
All
What else
right.
we got?
We good? Do we have any more 25s that we should call?
Let's give a call. Well, you guys can tell me. Who do you want to call? Do you guys want to call Clayton Taylor? Check up on him.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? Let me run down.
Call Clayton.
Caroline McNamara.
Yeah, let's call her.
Well, we called it. We
did?
Remember we called
Not
her
this month though.
Yeah.
Didn't we accidentally call her? I feel like we've spoken to Caroline so much. She can wait. Who's the 25 we haven't spoken to, like,
This
ever?
is the newest one.
We got a few new ones.
Did we speak to the two cute kids from West?
No.
No, let's call them.
Let's call those kids.
Those are perfect.
Those are kids who went Dutch on our $25
That's
tyrannical
which
level.
is one of the funniest things of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got.
I have to pee.
Just got a message. Can't wait to hear your new episode, but since I'm a broke college toot, gonna wait for the secondhand serving podcast. Thanks for doing what you guys do and allowing sad toots like me let out the giggle here and there. P.S. Congrats, Yanni Pop Tits. And P.P.S. saw Adolph Chrissy at DC's Draft House this past Friday. And make no mistake, he was a German face, but a Boricua ass that don't quit. Yeah. Because our fans are tens. And I am going to, while we wait for this call, I'm going to share with you what some of these comments on Patreon were about Chrissy's feet in toeless yoga socks.
And they're mostly all 10s.
Yeah. And look, when put your best foot forward when you're on the Patreon, because me and Chris are reading it and we're looking for our top draft picks. George says, someone take those fume feet to Poughkeepsie. Hel Romeo, She's one of the princesses of
she's
Patreon.
absolutely.
She wrote, gross!
Gross!
Kira Lynch said, wow, just wow. You're definitely going to lose a few toots from this.
It's just what it is.
Bill Fugere said, I want to meet those feet in Houston. Elise Meehan said, oh, fuck. Lisa Johnson said, Chrissy Scissor Toes.
Yeah.
She's a 10, Lisa Johnson.
She's 1,000% my first draft pick. I'll just tell
Brogan
you.
said, I'm pissing, ha ha ha. Brendan Patterson said, next stop is Pseudo Tit City. You're correct. When we get to 1,000 patrons, Chris will release and unleash the pick of the Pseudo Tit.
Pseudo Tit.
Megan Welch said, make no mistake, a few toots are going to cancel their bang out appointments with you after seeing those mangled things in the daylight. It is what it is.
10.
Jeff Williams, non-toot, says, kid wears a size 10 flip-flop but has to bump up to 13 shoes to fit those gargoyle toes.
It's what it is.
Yeah, Gargamel toes. Derek Azzarello says, Chrissy Chimp Feets.
10.
Yeah. Billy Heslin says, we still on for the open asshole shot for 1,000?
100%.
And then Eric Wilson said, that would look better than those fucking toes.
10.
So, are you queued up, Isis? Because I'm just reading in the meantime.
So I gave 2 numbers a call.
They didn't pick up?
The 2 cute kids from Westchester did not pick up. The Ow, My Penis is Sore did not pick up. So I've got 4 options. Well, we can just go to Lisa Johnson, who I'm pretty sure will pick up.
Yeah.
We've got Patrick Satarzada, Zachary Davis, or Billy Heslin.
Which one haven't we spoken to before?
You've spoken to all these people.
Okay, so let's call Leslie Johnson for Chrissy.
Lisa
Johnson.
It's called Lisa.
Ryan Cronin says, Chrissy wet bandits in the next Home Alone reboot.
Yeah.
Natasha Moses says, how do you have butt plugs instead of big toes?
Funny.
Because your big toes do look like butt plugs.
Butt plugs.
Yeah, I think that might be the best one. Melanie Amato Miller says, oh no, oh gosh. Aaron Gonzalez says, these feet are brutes.
Yeah.
Brittany Sullivan says, cuz you got some serious jacked orangutan feet.
Yeah.
And I suggest you keep your footsie pajamas on when banging out those toots.
Yeah.
Cuz our fans are tens.
Just they're all 10s.
Yeah, Megan Welsh has another comment. She says, I'm also a little bothered by those purple ankle sweats.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, Jennifer Bagwell says, cuz has dancer feet. After all those years studying at the Imperial Russian Ballet, you don't become sugar plum fairy Chrissy without some sacrifices for Mother Russia.
True.
Erwin Brown Walker Sandoval says, cuz you are full on Franks and Beans right now.
Yeah, and this whole community is patreon.com/BayRichBoy, so it's fucking tense. Zach, do we have somebody coming on? No. All right.
Nicodemus Papadoulos says, Big Toe DeStefano.
Yeah. All right. Nobody, right? All right. You know what?
Yeah.
Listen, let's just fucking end it there. You guys are the fucking best. We're going to do this Patreon draft. You have to go to patreon.com/BayRichBoy. It's the only way to hear it. It's the only way to be a part of it. We appreciate the service. Frank Rizzo is fucking large. Peace.